gonna bring in Bootstrap, copy that one, and I'm gonna paste it into our JSON, and I'm gonna paste it in the dependencies. I'm also going to get ng open generator. I'll do it later. I'm gonna get auth. I'm gonna install that one as well, unless we got auth in here. We haven't got auth in there, so I'm gonna get that one and put that one in. Alright, and I'm gonna run npm install, and that should install all those dependencies we need. So it's disappeared. And if you go back to the Keycloak service, import this one. So this is the setup for Keycloak. So we've now set up Keycloak in the constructor. We've provided the Keycloak URL and the RAM that we are using, which I have already showed, but I'm gonna do it again. To do that, we need to log into 9098. Let's go back to 9098. Just let me show you double again. Local host 9098. So we already have Keycloak set up. I've already done a lot of videos on Keycloak, and what I need you to do is I'll try and link any video connecting to any of the things that I do, so that you can go over it if you need to know. So under Keycloak, we've got our own RAM. So this is the RAM, auction RAM. Yeah, we've provided that in the setup. And then we want our client, which is, we've got two clients, one for the front end and one for the back end. So we want the front end, and this is the setting of the front end, right? And the client ID is called Ocean Frontend, and that's what we've got provided here in our setup. Okay, so we're just referring to this client. I have already explained this client, what it is for, and that I've done quite a bit of videos on that, explaining what this is for. So I'll try and link those videos in the description below, so you can actually go back into the video if you want to. All right, so we've got Keycloak there, and then what we need to do is get Keycloak and put it into our navbar. So we are going to now make sure that we've imported the service into our navbar, and we will do that, and then we will create all the methods associated with this Keycloak service. So I'm going to inject Keycloak, but I'm going to I'm just going to inject Keycloak, to bring the Keycloak and put it here, just like what I've got the inject. And so we now have the Keycloak service, making a reference to the Keycloak service, but we need the method. So we need the is login method. The is login method will check if we are logged in, the user, someone is logged in. So I will just bring that one in. Just getting things messed up. Let's do it after this. And just, yeah, it's getting it. Obviously, then this is why there's a problem. Okay, so we need the get user token from Keycloak. We will bring that one in. So is get username from token, get username from token. This is it. the get username for token which we it has to be in the Keycloak service, and then it should get rid of it. And then we want the get token. Okay, so let's explain what these are, because otherwise I will forget. So it's login just returns the token. It just checks and returns the token if it is there, right? And then the get user from the token, it decode the, so it takes the token and then it decodes. If it is there, then it decodes it, the token, using the JWT helper. It decodes it into this variable or object, and then it picks out the preferred username. Again, if we go back to this, the preferred username, if we decode a user, the preferred username is this username, yeah. So this bit, it has to spell exactly the same, otherwise it's not gonna pick it up. And then return undefined if it's not working, otherwise it return that particular thing. So that's how we get the username, so that we can use it within all our tests, not our tests, but our the application. So we need to create this, but we need to get the get token. So we need to get token. The get token just return the full token, and I'm gonna bring that one in. This one inside Keycloak. Okay, so hopefully that disappears, and then await this load items that is inside the navbar. So let's go back to this one just returns the full token. It checks if it's there, then it should update the token. If it's it checks it, that if basically it's not there, it will update the token, and then it returns the token. So you need to update the token after some time. Now I've set up something in Keycloak to allow the token to work for, I think, 30 minutes. That's why I've set it up. I've done a video on this. For this one, it checks it that if it's going to expire in the next 30 seconds, then it refresh it. However, the way that I've set it up in Keycloak, I've set it up so that it allows it to be logged in for 30 minutes. So if I go into the front and I'm logged in for like 30 minutes, after that, then the user is locked off automatically. So that's the magic of Keycloak, right? The user is locked off automatically, and then the user has to log in. Yeah, isn't it? When we are on a website, you're using the website, we go off for some time. By the time you get back, it's logged you off, right, automatically. So this one just check that within the next 30 seconds is it going to expire. If not, then update it, right? If it is, then update it. Okay, so that is that for that method. So the problem should disappear. The load items, this dot load items is here. So within the navigation component, we need a load item function or method. Let me bring it in and then we will explain. Load card items, so it automatically loads the card. You see, this is where all the services of the backend comes in. but essentially what this one is doing is load the cart items, so you refresh the cart items. Yeah, ng serve, and then just navigate to the other service, to this one. So this cart needs to be loaded. So it means that I need to explain what this is and what it is for. So at the back end, we have a cart service, microservice, which we are making a call to. So in the navigation, let me put everything in, and then we can discuss, because he's looking for the cart param. And let me go back to the backend so I can show you. So in the backend, we have a cart service. Yeah, so we have a gateway and we have a cart service. I've already explained this in my previous videos. And then we have a controller, and there should be one for, we've got one where we add items to the cart. We want to clear, when we want to clear the cart, we get the user cart and items of the cart, get cart items. So this is essentially what we are going to look for. So the get cart items param is referring to the backend, the params that we are taking in from the backend. So for the backend, we require the authorization token and the username. In the front end, we will see that param is passing through the username and authorization token. So we need to make sure this information is passed on. And the interface for this one, I'm going to bring it in. I've showed a video of how I get all the API details from the backend into the front end, so we can make use of it and use it, right? So at the moment, what we are now looking at is the cart, and I'm just going to go over how to bring that one in. So in order to make use of our backend services, we in order to make use of our backend services, in order to make use of all these services, these are all microservices. I've gone over this in some videos back and gone over each and every one of them, so I will try and link it to this video because it's a must, right? All these backend services, I use a open API, right? So if we go back to the front end, I'm going to now bring in OpenAPI dependency, and OpenAPI dependency is used to generate the OpenAPI, and then I'm gonna show you, and I've done this before, but I'm gonna show you how once you've got your backend services built, it's very easy. All right, I'm going to end the video here because it's dragging on, and we will pick it up in the next video. See you then. Thanks for watching.